Alright guys, it is after 1:30 a.m. my time. I'm tired as hell, but I want to go ahead and do a video for y'all, for my loyal followers. Thank y'all for following me and keeping up with my thoughts and opinions on everything. And I apologize if you hear any background noise. They have some bad weather at the moment, some rain. But I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know what I thought about last night's action. Well, if you saw my pre-fight video, I pretty much got everything I wanted and things went as I predicted. First, we'll start with boxing. Alright, but first off, Alexander Usyk, which I like saying that name, I like that name. He was on HBO tonight, and I ended up going to sleep on that fight. Usyk, he's supposed to be this badass, he's this cruiserweight champion who wants to be a heavyweight champion. I got a question. The guy was making his HBO debut, right? He a cruiserweight. Why the hell was he fighting Sean Porter? I mean, it looked like he was fighting a stocky welterweight. This dude, man, boy, that dude he fought, man, that's a small ass cruiserweight, man. Damn, that dude was small. You're talking about a hand-picked opponent to try to look good on HBO, man. And shit, first couple rounds, hell, the dude like he was giving them their work. Then he turned on the juice and I guess got him out of there. I don't know. I went to sleep on the shit. And I didn't wake up until like hell halfway through the Hopkins Smith fight, which I ended up watching through the end, and then I went back and watched it again. That's why I'm doing this so late. Partly why, anyway. But man, I got what I wanted. Bernard went out the hard way. Damn, did he go out the hard way. Like I said, I have nothing personal against Bernard Hopkins. No ill feelings toward Bernard Hopkins. But as a boxing fan, y'all might feel different. But as a boxing fan, I did not want a 52-year-old man beating up, dominating, getting decisions on current prime fighters. It's a bad look. I did not like it when he was beating Pascal. I did not like it when he was beating Tavoris Cloud, Beibut Shumanov. I didn't like none of that stuff. Those guys should have won, and that made boxing look bad, in my opinion, to have this older guy beating young prime fighters. And I thought it was pretty arrogant to think that at 52, almost 52 in a few weeks, you can beat a prime top 10 ranked 27-year-old light heavyweight who is a power puncher. It was just ridiculous to me. Joe Smith, when I placed my bet, he was plus 215 underdog. It went down to plus 155 earlier on Saturday, but I didn't understand why. I mean, I didn't. When I first heard of this fight, I was like, man, Joe Smith. I was like, man, this dude can fight. This dude got power. And for him to be the underdog against 52-year-old, man, I hopped on it. I thought that was crazy, disrespectful. I know Bernard's a legend. I know he got skills, had skills. But look, last time we saw him, he took an ass beating against Kovalev. And he had been out for 2 years. It was a recipe for disaster, and that's what it was. This fight was not close. My scorecard was 69-65 Smith at the time of the stoppage. One judge actually had scored the fight one round ahead for Hopkins. And then the other one had Smith winning by one round. Man, I'm telling you, it's a good thing he got the knockout, because, boy, they were going to screw his ass. They were going to screw him on Bernard's last fight. Golden Boy always has questionable decisions and judges and shit. I'm telling you, Joe Smith was going to get screwed. So, good for him. He the ending sequence, I believe he threw a left feint, and Bernard bit on it, and he was wide open, and Joe Smith cracked him on his temple, and followed up with like two more shots, and before Bernard knew it, he was on his back outside the ring. I mean, he free falled out the ring. I mean, just it was devastating. Just straight on his back, head, and the cameraman didn't budge. I mean, just shot it off what we could see. But and then Hopkins wanted to complain, talking about he got pushed and all that. That wasn't no push, man. Shit, he pushed you with a strong ass right hand, followed up with some shit, man. Look, Joe Smith, man. This is a tough, strong dude who should not have been underestimated. And what he did against Fonfara wasn't a fluke. And I would like to either see him and Sullivan Barrera go at it for like a number one contender fight for Stevenson, or I'd like to see either one of them fight Adonis Stevenson next. So this weekend, it was a very interesting weekend for the light heavyweight division. And it was a terrible weekend for Golden Boy Promotions. Man, Bernard went out the hard way, and what's the dude named Shabransky? Boy, yeah, he went out the hard way too. So, congrats to Joe Smith Jr. You know, you came through, man. You represented. You didn't embarrass the current crop of fighters, and thank goodness for that. You didn't embarrass the current generation. And Bernard, congrats on your career, but man, it was time to hang it up. Been time to hang it up. Should have hung it up before you fought Kovalev. When you had those world titles, that's when you should have went out. You know, you couldn't hang it up, couldn't walk away, and fortunately had to go out the hard way. So at least you know you went until you didn't have it no more. All right. Now I'm gonna transition over to UFC on Fox 22. First off, congrats to Uriah Faber on a Hall of Fame career. He went out on a high note. He looked damn good against Pickett. Man, seeing him come out to California Love for the last time, man, that is a great intro. That's a great walkout, man. It's gonna suck not seeing it anymore. But it was good to see it that last time. I'm glad they thought about us and showed it on Fox. And yeah, Faber looked good. Congrats to him on going out on a high note. That's the way you go out. And he went out in his hometown. So congrats to him. Co-main event, Mickey Gall, Sage Northcutt. The fight went as I predicted. Mickey Gall got a submission victory. In my opinion, neither one of these guys came out looking bad. I think it was a good showing for both guys. I think a lot of people are going to be hard on Sage Northcutt, going to say that he was overrated or all this and all that. But I'm telling you, this kid has potential, and people should not shit on him. This dude is only 20 years old. Okay, he's only 20 years old. He is a third-degree black belt in karate. The dude has great striking ability. His only issue is he needs to stick to what he does best. And he needs to stay on the outside. He needs to pick his shots. He needs to actually throw instead of allowing himself to get tied up, taken down, and put in a position to where he's not at his strongest, and that's on the ground. And Mickey Gall is stronger on the ground. So in the first round, Mickey Gall closed the distance pretty fast, got it down, controlled pretty much the whole round. And the most shocking thing was when Northcutt worked his way out of it, he got up, he was standing over Mickey Gall, and he threw a hammer fist on Mickey Gall while he was down that just made my jaw hit the ground, because this super nice, always smiling Sage Northcutt, man, we saw the animal come out. That mean streak came out. He was talking trash. He was being nasty. I was like, wow, like this is like, I think Mickey Gall was kind of shocked too. So they go in the second round, and it was pretty much the same. When they're on their feet, Sage Northcutt, man, he showed why he is a black belt. Look, if it was just a striking contest, Mickey Gall, it wouldn't have went too well for him. And Mickey Gall ain't garbage at all, but Northcutt, like I said, he can strike. He can strike. And he just needs to kind of adapt the Wonder Boy philosophy and stick to the striking. Stay on the outside. Don't allow yourself to get easily taken down. And his downfall in the fight was when they were exchanging, he got hit and he went down and he panicked. And when he got up, instead of recovering, circling away, backing away, he panicked and he shot for a takedown, and that was his demise. And Mickey Gall got him down, got on top of him, and choked him out. He had to tap out. And you go back to Sage's loss against Barberina, it was kind of the same thing, a mental mistake. He threw that crazy I forget what kind of kick what kind of kick it is, but he threw a kick. It was kind of like one of those circus acrobatic type kicks, some fancy shit, and which he shouldn't have done. And then he ended up being on the ground and he got tapped out. So it's just things that he's going to overcome with experience. Those are the reasons he failed, why he lost those fights. It's not that he's a garbage fighter or anything like that. It's just inexperience. This kid's only 20 years old, and he's going to get better. It's just, he has to keep training, keep getting experience, and he'll learn and know not to fall into these traps. But it was two mental mistakes that caused him to lose those fights. But congrats to Mickey Gall. I don't know what the hell he was doing after the fight, calling out Dan Hardy. I was expecting him to say something better than that. Why are you going to call out a commentator who hasn't fought in years, who is very experienced, a world title challenger? Even that dude on the shelf, he don't need to be fighting that dude right now. Just no, that was a horrible call out. Call out somebody close to your level like you did with Sage Northcutt. You look at the roster and find somebody who might be recognizable by the fans, who is kind of similar, has a similar type record, maybe a little more experience. Somebody not ranked, somebody that people know, maybe somebody on the downside about to, be finished. So, that was a shitty call out. Dan Hardy, no, don't do that. Okay. All right. And in the main event, we had Paige Van Zandt and the karate hottie Michelle Waterson. Okay. Paige, man, they pushed the hell out of Paige. They just coming off this Dancing with the Stars, boy. They tried to make her a big star. They, main event and all this kind of stuff. And the more this fight was building up, I was looking at Michelle Waterson, man, and the way this chick could strike, man. It is special. She's been doing karate ever since she was a kid, over 20 years. And, man, you could tell in this fight, man, the exchanges, the crispness, the speed, the accuracy, man, it was not looking good for Paige. And just the overall MMA game, Michelle Waterson, man, she just was miles ahead of Paige. It was kind of a bad matchup for Paige. Paige is young. They need to put these young fighters, these developing fighters. She could still be fighting, non-ranked opponents, not top 10. But, yeah, Michelle Waterson made quick work of her, getting a choke in the first round. And, man, I know Paige is probably embarrassed and hurt by it. But, hats off to Michelle Waterson. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to throw her in a title fight. It's going to be, I think it's between her and Jessica Andrade for the strawweight title fight against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So we'll see how that plays out. And what was funny about, as soon as the fight was over and they went to commercial, it was a Paige Van Zandt commercial. That shit was, that was funny. I literally laughed out loud at that. You know, Paige took the loss, and then she still, getting that spotlight after the fight. That was funny. I'll tell you something else that was funny. Uh, did y'all see that Ronda Rousey commercial where it said that she was the baddest woman on the planet? Now that's some of the funny shit I seen all year. The last time we saw Ronda Rousey, she was unconscious in Australia. How is she the baddest woman on the planet? I mean, I know the UFC don't like Cyborg, don't want to promote Cyborg, shit on Cyborg, run her down and all that, but Chris Cyborg has not retired. Chris Cyborg is not dead. Chris Cyborg is still alive and well. Ronda Rousey is not the baddest woman on the planet. That's Chris Cyborg. So cut that bullshit. See, that just proves right there why, everything I said about how they do Cyborg, it's ridiculous. Baddest woman on the planet. Who you fooling? Please. Shit. She got to get past Amanda Nunes, and that ain't going to be easy. Shit, she could crack one good time and she going to fold. That's my prediction on that fight. Okay? And it was all Ronda Rousey. I mean, all the commercials, Reebok, the UFC pay-per-view, just Ronda. Amanda Nunes, you don't even know who Ronda fighting. You just know that she fighting. Shit, you hear one little snippet out of Amanda Nunes, one little sound bite, and it's all about Ronda. She's back. Oh, it's Ronda. Ronda, her redemption story. Ronda returns. It's bullshit. I hope she gets smashed. And anyway, that was my impressions of the boxing and the UFC. Of course, Alexander Petvetkin, whatever you want to call him, he fucks us over again. Fails another drug test. I mean, damn. Even after the weigh-in, just ruining our fight nut, man. Fucking shit up, man. We can't even enjoy a full day of fights with this fool failing another drug test. And I thought it was kind of funny. I got to call out Stavern. I saw that he said something like, the fight's off. This is the height of unprofessionalism. Shit, you wasn't saying that after you failed your test, and then them boys said that we'll still take the fight. So I thought that was kind of hypocritical. You're going to say it's so unprofessional, but, they still was willing to fight you. But then you kind of saying that they was unprofessional because they failed. I mean, you should have just kind of bowed out gracefully, but you can't say that when you failed too. And they was going to fight you, so. Anyways, that was my thoughts on all the action. If I missed something, I'll post it below. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a good weekend so far. We got NFL tomorrow. Anything interesting happens, I'll comment on that. But if not, I'll hit you guys up with some more stuff later. Y'all take care. Thanks for watching.